Hey YouTube, it's Sherry, and I had my sleeve done August 31st, 2013 in Tijuana, Mexico. Dr. M and his team did an excellent job. I had no complications. There was no language barrier. Um, Omar, the coordinator, does an excellent job, start to finish, from picking you up to getting you to the hospital, making sure you understand everything that's involved, um, and even getting you out of the hospital to the hotel, which we stayed at Lucerner. I'll figure out how to say that. But it was a top-rated hotel in Tijuana. Super nice. Um, And then he picked us up every day and took us to made sure I got the soups that I needed. Um, he got me smoothies. We went shopping. We went to Rosalita Beach on the other side of Tijuana, which was the best day ever. I've got tons of pictures. Um, and once I figure all this out, I'll streamline all that for you too. But just wanted to say, 1 week from being sleeved. Today is Saturday, September 7th, and still cannot believe that this dream has come true and that I've been able to have this surgery that I've so wanted. Right now, I think they're running a special $4,300. I paid $5,200, but I'd pay it again to have the same experience and the same outcome because I have no complaints whatsoever so far. Don't seem to be having any complications, drinking, getting what I need in. Being in Mexico, there's not a lot of sugar-free things there. So I had things like frozen yogurt after, I guess I got out of the hospital. I stayed 2 nights in the hospital, so my third day I was eating frozen yogurt. Um, we were getting fruit smoothies strained, every kind of, I had fish broth soup, I had tortilla soup broth, and you just ask for it to be strained. Even coming back to the States here, I went to Quiznos and got, I asked for chicken noodle soup, but I wanted it strained and just wanted the broth. Yes, they gave me a weird look, like, huh? But I just explained I can't have the noodles, and so they did it and only charged me $1, which was an added little, plus. But so I was able to just drink that and got my stomach going, and we'd gone out to Applebee's, and my daughter had gotten French onion soup, and she strained me some of the broth in the little, the little things that they give you for the salad dressings. We had a empty one of those, so she strained me the broth in those. So I had two of those, like 2 shots of beef broth, which was tasted delicious. And so that did me in. I made chicken in the crock pot with vegetables and seasonings and all different things. And so my husband got to eat the actual ingredients, and I got to drink the broth, which was very good and satisfying, and I'm happy. I seem to be doing, since I started out with fruit smoothies in Mexico, I went ahead and started doing frozen um, peaches with a little bit of light orange juice. And when I say, I'm talking, what, 2 ounces maybe of orange juice, and then I fill the rest up with water and just um, put that in my little blender and then strain it, and that's what I've been having for breakfast. Sometimes I put yogurt in it because I had yogurt while I was in Mexico too, so I thought, well, it did okay there, so it'll do okay here, and so I'll put that in there so I can get some protein too, and that is working. It's settling on my stomach very nicely, and I'm able to drink a whole, um, I'll get this down, a whole big container that's probably at least 16 ounces. So I'm very happy with that. Um, but I mainly wanted to get on here too to talk about anyone that's thinking about going to Mexico for their surgery. I did a lot of research online. I went to the Vertical Sleeve Talk. I went to Team Lion. I can't even say his name. Elon. It's ILLAN, and he has a Facebook page, and all his, or not all of his patients, but a lot of his patients are on there, and they'll give you honest answers of anything that they went through. So I'm a big supporter of this. I wouldn't have been able to do this any other way. Um, so I was able to get this that I've been needing for the past 10 years. I started out at 326, never thought I would be 300. Um, but that comes from dieting, believe it or not. I'd get down to 250 and go back to 275. I'd go on a low carb diet, and I never got past 250. Um, that just seemed to be the magic line for me. So as soon as I would stop or veer back to some of my old ways of eating, I'd go back to 280. I'd go back down to 250. I'd go back to 290. Then all of a sudden I was in the 300s, and um, that scared the hell out of me, honestly. And so I knew it was only going to keep going up. The more I dieted, the further it went up once I stopped. So this scared the hell out of me, and this is what I did. And so I want to help if anybody has any questions or anything about going to Mexico. I felt 100% safe. Omar took care of everything. My husband went with me. He was a little leery at first. He was like, I'm going to stand behind you, but um, I'm not sure this is the right thing to do as far as go to Mexico. But once I told him everything I'd done, the research, the phone calls, um, he said, I'm behind you. And we got there, and from the minute we got to the hospital, we knew it was we were where we needed to be. So as I learn more about YouTube, I'm going to post more. I'm going to figure out how to put pictures. I've got pictures of me and my doctor and his staff, and lots of pictures, because it ended up being, we got there on August the 30th in San Diego, and we just got on the trolleys and the tour buses and went all over town, ended up at Coronado Beach, spent the day there, ended up at the zoo, called Omar, told him that's where we were, exactly where we were located. He sent the drivers to come get us, and then we ended up, after getting out of surgery, we spent 2 nights in the hospital. Then Omar took us to our hotel, and we played all day. I mean, all day. And we had the best time. It turned out to be not only a surgery, but one of the best vacations my husband and I have ever been on. We have never been to another country where we had a local that would care about us enough to make sure that we were fed and fed well, and everything tastes good. And he's a fast friend now, and I would recommend him over and over and over again. Um, but anyway, I will learn more about YouTube, and I will get better. But in the hospital after leaving, like I said, I started out 326. My pre-op diet, I did 2 weeks. I lost 26 pounds. And the day of checking out of the hospital, I was 301 because of all the fluids and the gas and everything. So I haven't weighed yet. I'm going to, but I can tell a big difference in my body. So I know I'm losing it. Um, so even if the scale doesn't say I am, but like I said, I haven't been on the scales yet. But even if the scales don't say that I'm losing, I know that I am, because I know my body, and especially my stomach, my midsection. Um, so anyway, so I'm going to say 301, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to weigh next week. I'm going to give it 2 weeks to get my body acclimated to being back in the States, and eating and drinking, and I start work back. I'm only taking this week off from work. They think I just went on vacation, so I feel like I just went on vacation. So I go back on Monday, so we'll see how being at work and trying to eat and drink and do everything works. But so I will post again, maybe a week from now, maybe next Saturday, just to give an update of what I weigh, and figure out how to post some of my pictures from my trips, because it was pretty awesome. But anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing, and any comments, questions that you have, I'll be more than glad to answer. Thanks. Hugs all.